We have finally made it into 2026, and this is the year where we will get not one, but two Mastery Pack products. And look, LSS said it themselves, it was a product that missed the mark the first time around, so I expect bigger and better things this time. Let's talk about what two classes might be getting a Mastery Pack this year. Now, keep this in mind, the first Mastery Pack isn't going to show up until Q3 of 2026, and the second one in Q4. So they're going to go back to back in the end of the year. That could influence some things, but I do think that there are a couple of classes that are sort of evergreen, wanting some support. And the first of those classes is none other than the pirate class. And you would think like, well, we had a pirate set that was all pirate themed, but I do want to keep this in mind. One, I pick the pirate class as a possible choice because I'm a pirate stan, and I admit that fully, but there have been a lot of little subtle hints that point us towards this as a possibility, one of which being the card I represent on the screen right here. Ridges of Trapaldani does not have a cold foil printing, and when pressed on this, Chris Gehring on Twitter said it was not yet time to discover the cold foil print run of this card, which could mean a lot of different things. It could just be, you know, nice, grandiose, verbose wording, whatever you want to call it. But it also could mean that, you know, this is going to be a premium item when you find it that will kind of highlight and accentuate the pirate experience. And what better way to do so than to put it as a reprint in the Pirate Mastery Pack. It makes a lot of sense there. But also, it was mentioned, I don't remember where it was mentioned, but I'm pretty sure James and Brian, either in a dev talk or live in person somewhere, they were pressed on whether or not there was going to be more, you know, like pirates or gold support or anything like that. And they said they had a set coming down the pipeline that was going to heavily feature gold. And for those 2 points, I could see this being a really big slam dunk. It also makes sense that if you introduce yet another class into the game, you almost need to jumpstart it in some way, shape, or form. And so we have Necromancer and we have, you know, Pirate. These are two classes that I could see getting one of these treatments. And if I had to pick between the two of them, if I didn't put both of them on the list, I would probably pick Pirate because it's another way to feed the other pirates. Right there is Marlin behind me, the other pirates that already exist in the game. And of course, with Necromancer, there's only one hero right now, so you're literally only serving one class. Of course, you can introduce more heroes if you did a Mastery Pack Necromancer, but a Mastery Pack Pirate hits on all of these fronts. It allows you to maybe reprint a Fabled that is already very sought after and very pricey in a way that wasn't printed the first time around in cold foil. It allows you to allow for more support for the heroes that were a little underserved coming out of high seas. It gives you the ability to pump some more gold gen onto the wider metagame, as it were. This to me feels like a great pick. I really want to see them do this, and I'm hopeful that they do this year because there's a lot of people that loved pirates, myself included, and I think the game is better served with more gold generation. But there's another class that also opens up the possibilities for new heroes and could possibly use some more padding, and that is Wizard. I know, I get it. I'm going back to back with things that I love, pirates and wizards. They're like my two favorite things in this game, but keep this in mind. Kano just rotated. They had it on their minds that he was going to rotate this past year because he was already so close. With Kano rotating, there are count them, two wizards in circulation and a massive freaking card pool that goes all the way back to Arcane Rising in less than 1 year when it was released. So this is a card pool that needs a hero to pilot it. It's a card pool that is, underserved by itself as a pure class card pool. The best wizard in the game arguably was Icelander at the time, and now arguably Verdance on the way up as well. And Kano was just always there doing his thing, burning people in the periphery. You take those heroes away, with Verdance being almost at 700 Living Legend points herself, and still one of the better heroes in the overall metagame. Maybe that's to be argued. Either way, you put all that together, and this is a class that could, over the course of 2026, be down to one hero, Acilio. That's it. So Mastery Pack Wizard allows them the opportunity to put a new way to play the classes, of course, and also reprint a hero or print a new hero in that Mastery Pack set. And what hero could they do? Well, Blaze is a fantastic OG wizard hero. In fact, I would argue she's the most wizardy of all the heroes that Legend Story Studios has printed. She feels like a wizard should feel, and I think by and large you could just slap her into Classic Constructed and she would be functional. Of course, you could pad out her toolbox. She would need more opt cards. She could use a specialization card, and Mastery Pack Wizard would be a fantastic way to do that. I could see both of these, Wizard and Pirate being classes that they hit this year and try to, kind of bolster or allow people to play. They have not released an Armory deck for Wizard. Of course, they have released a Pirate deck. If you want to call Gravy Bones a Pirate deck, he is a Pirate deck, but if you want to point to that specifically. So Wizard really checks a lot of those boxes of a class that needs more heroes, that has been doing the same thing the whole time and could use a refresh, and that they just haven't done as much with. There's no Armory deck. There's not as much general support. Seems like a natural next step. And on that same line of thinking, Warrior makes a ton of sense as well. Now here's the other argument for Warrior. Warrior, just like Wizard, has been around forever. There are multiple warriors in the metagame. Unlike with Wizard, there are multiple warriors that are kind of lurking and able to be played. Wizard, you're rapidly running out of options. You had 3, you're now down to 2, and you might be down to 1. With Warrior, it's not that you need more heroes. It's just that the heroes that you have are middling, mediocre, and in some cases just plain bad, non-functional. And a lot of it stems back to what warriors as an archetype do, and really the fact that warriors as an archetype and as a class have basically just been cannibalized by some of the other classes in the game. Attack reactions are now just done by multiple classes. You can do them as a ninja to some degree, but you can really do them as an assassin. Going wide is a ninja thing. Swinging weapons is a rune blade thing, but just done better. Like, there are so many things that Warrior, started out doing that have just been sort of parasitically ripped from them, that it's time for a full revamp, refresh for the class. And this is not to say that there are bad heroes. Like, I would say Fang behind me, I would say Dorinthia to some degree, and I would say Kasai are relatively strong heroes and find their way into the metagame in an honestly really organic and cool way. It's not that the class needs to be punched up. It's just that there are mechanics that other classes have sort of taken as their own, and now warriors are sort of just left by playing the numbers game with good equipment, and they kind of just swing a weapon. Like, there's ways that the warrior class could be better served, and this would be a way to retool the class as a whole. Now, do keep in mind, there is going to be an Armory deck that is coming out relatively soon. Hala, Blade Saint of the Vow, is a Warrior Armory deck that's going to be hitting. It'll be the second Warrior Armory deck, because we, of course, had Bolton way back in the day as one of those Armory decks. He is a hero that is not good, unfortunately, but he could be made better within this next year, because not only could they do Mastery Pack Warrior, but they also could do, Monarch 3, the Threepening. So if they make Light versus Shadows number 3, I think he will get fed, and Warrior could have a big year this year. And that brings us to my final prediction. This one's a little bit further down the old kind of out of the left field side of things, but hey, look, there's one Illusionist right now That Illusionist is Prism. I know there's people out there that don't want to see Illusionist return. Look, here's the thing. I don't want Illusionist to return if it plays like Enigma did. I think that was busted. I think that was anti-fun. I am very personally against Enigma-style gameplay of board state that you can defend because it just turns the game into a defensive overlap. I don't like that. But with Prism being the only hero, and I actually fairly enjoy Prism as a hero in this metagame, and just in general, I think Prism is a pretty cool hero. I think they could serve the Illusionists up a little bit of Mastery Pack goodness. Now, I put Flicker Trick on here because there is an Illusionist that has been lurking in the shadows for years now, and that is Amira. We can assume that she would be a non-talented Illusionist, and she'd be a fantastic pick if you were going to be building out Mastery Pack Illusionist to put into the set. Keep this in mind, they did, with Mastery Pack Guardian, release a set that had Valda in it as a sort of an upscale. I don't even know if you want to call it upscale. She had a young version, and now she has an adult version because of this product. And so I expect that whatever they end up doing with these mastery packs, it's going to have an accompanying hero. And they already have the cards, they already have the art, they already have the character design for Amira. So I could see them doing an Illusionist, giving us more Illusionist cards, giving us a new way to interact with like auras and a board state, with a hero that maybe is a little tricky. As you can see with Flicker Trick, it was an illusion the whole time. Maybe it's something to that degree. I think that could be really interesting, and you have the hero already locked in. So those are my picks for what we could see as a Mastery Pack product. But what other Mastery Pack things do you see out there? I really want to hear your thoughts and your opinions. Please tell me in a comment below which of these Mastery Pack products you would pick up. Which one would you be excited for? What would you like to engage with? Let me know that in a comment below. Of course, if you enjoy this type of content where I tell you my predictions for 2026, make the number. Go to the other number. And as always, everybody, thanks for watching.